Welcome to our Trouble Call segment. I've got a question here from Clayton. He says, my territory is in one of those badly flooded areas. Some of my farmers won't be in the field for a long time, and some may not even be able to plant some of their fields this year. I don't know what to say to them at all right now. I don't think I can go out to sell until after harvest this year because they're not going to want to talk to me about next year. They will just want to get this year out of the way and wait to see how the crop does. What do you think? Well, thanks, Clayton, for your excellent question. I think that question is on a lot of sales reps' minds who are in the similar situation. Here are a few suggestions for you. First of all, you will be right. They won't want to talk about next year's plans if you bring nothing to the conversation except the typical sales approach of talking about products, technologies, or the crazy weather you've had. So we got to get out of that conversation right away. Second, never change your calendar because circumstances that are out of your control have changed. That doesn't mean you change your calendar. Instead, stick to your original schedule and create a strategy that will allow you to adjust your sales story to those changes, not change your calendar. Number 3, stop telling yourself farmers won't be in the mood to talk about next year. If you take the time to develop a positive, uplifting story they need to hear about the future, about days will be better ahead, we'll go through this together, you will, at the very least, set yourselves up for a future sale, even if it isn't during that day. So don't think they don't want to talk about it. In fact, you want to make sure that you want them to talk about it. 4, farmers in these situations need you to do your job of being a cheerleader for them, keeping them positive, looking ahead to the future. And that's exactly what we need to do all year long. We did that back in 1993. That's exactly what we did. It's called the Year of the Great Flood. We kicked off our sales year in July that year, as scheduled, when most of the fields were flooded and some farmers and our dealers couldn't even get to their farm except with a boat. So we gave our dealers and our sales reps a story to tell, along with a small gift for each grower as a positive conversation starter, and asked them to contact every customer possible in the month of July. We wrote more orders than we ever thought possible in that kind of atmosphere. Even though we weren't going for orders, it took place because we were there to help them get in a better mood and change their attitude. 5, create a new story. So what's your new story going to sound like? You need to have it written out. You need to write it word for word. You need to practice it and deliver it until it feels really, really good. And last and most importantly, create a plan to see every current buyer, customer, and prospect after those planters stop rolling. Once again, that plan will be based on your selling calendar and not when they decide they want to start thinking about next year. Keep yourself and your company on track. If you don't do that, they will be off track too. If you don't, next year's selling season will be delayed also. Not just this year's, next year's also. Thanks for the question, Clayton. Happy selling. I'm Rod Ostis.